Hello and welcome to this edition of Diaspora Central Spotlight. I am Gil Ingles, and with me in the studio today, ladies and gentlemen, it's a man that has made sure that he has planed himself straight forward into a path of lines, art, sports, business, and definitely community. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen him in the football field as part of the Raiders Saint, you have definitely seen some of his work when it comes to art. Darrick Brown, welcome to Diaspora Central.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Man, oh man, oh man. First of all, thank you for accepting our invitation.
I appreciate you calling.
Yeah.
Man.
Are you doing good?
Doing great, man. Everything is going good.
Yeah.
You know, ready to pump out some more artwork.
There you go.
Some lately, so
yeah,
everything is going great.
Definitely welcome. Well, your first time here, so here's where we go from inspirations to aspirations.
Right.
Yeah, we talk about everything, and our primary purpose is, in all honesty, to showcase diaspora culture and talent. So, in other words, we owning the narrative by actually having us telling our story.
Right.
Yeah, so that tomorrow no one can say that, oh, they told the story wrong.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Because no one can tell our story better than we can.
That's facts.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and start with something very, I guess, from your youth. Really, that's where I want to go. I want to go from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Where were you born?
So I was born in Louisiana, a little town called Independence, Louisiana. But
Okay.
I was raised in between Kentwood and Tangipahoa,
Got you.
Louisiana. So that's pretty much the
Mm,
name of the parish, because we got parishes, not counties. So,
right.
So that's the parish I was raised in.
Got you. So a Louisiana guy.
Yeah, Louisiana.
Yeah. So that's let me see. When it comes to hip hop, that's what Lil Wayne, Cash Money.
Cash
Yeah.
Money, No Limit, Soulja Slim,
Yeah.
all the guys, NBA
Right.
Youngboy,
Yeah.
all these guys right now, Lil Boosie, all of these.
Right. You guys did change the industry of hip hop.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot more too. You still got new guys, kind of like Frank Ocean, and all
Right.
that type of dudes.
Definitely.
So yes, it's big out there.
Yeah. But did you ever dabble with music at all?
Man, when I was young, like you used to
Yeah.
set the little cassette tape
right.
up and like rap over it, wind it back. You don't like it,
Right.
fast forward.
Yeah.
But yeah, rapping wasn't my style. So.
Nah. Indeed. You had other assets.
Yeah, man.
Greater assets.
Yeah. Technically, when I was younger, I used to like to do BMX bike riding.
Oh wow.
That
Okay.
That was actually my thing.
Mm.
My grandmother used to buy me a bike every
Right.
Christmas. So that's what I would do, practice riding bikes and jumping off ramps.
Got you. You just mentioned something that I haven't heard, a name that I haven't heard in a long time, a BMX.
Yeah.
Yeah, those bikes, wow.
Yeah.
And you still ride every so often?
Yeah, I do ride my bike. I got a mountain bike now.
Got you.
The BMX bike,
Yeah.
probably too small for me
Yeah.
now. So I don't really do those anymore at
Indeed. Yeah, because how tall are you?
all. 6'4".
You're 6'4". Wow. So you were really like, I guess football players, what's the average height for them?
Man, honestly, in my position, I was the tallest guy.
That's what I thought.
Position.
Yeah.
Usually as a corner, you're probably about 5'9" to like 6 foot. 6'1"
Got you.
At the most.
Yeah.
If you get anything above that, you're considered a tall corner.
Got you. Yeah, because I mean, everyone will probably look at you, and I mean, one can tell that you're a professional, you're a Pro Bowl player, but I think most people, if they didn't know you or like seeing you, they'll probably think that you're a basketball player.
Right.
Versus,
Yeah.
I'm sure that you get that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most people think I play basketball.
Yeah,
I was
NBA
like,
instead of
I was
NFL.
just like, man, back then I was a lot bigger too. Probably,
Yeah.
way more.
Oh, got you. How many more pounds?
Probably like 15.
Oh, wow.
'Cause
Okay.
It technically looks like I'm in fitness shape right now instead
Right.
of football shape.
Got
Football
you.
shape, you look bigger because
Yeah.
I'm bulking and
Right.
lifting heavier weight. Right now, I don't try to lift a lot of heavy weight.
Now you just try to stay fit.
Yeah, just stay fit.
Yeah.
Health as well.
Because that's one of the things, and I guess from a perspective, see, I was born in Africa, so football, American football, for
Right.
me, it's been an inherited or an acquired
Yeah.
taste,
Yeah.
right? And the first game that I actually saw was the Redskins versus the oh gracious,
Cowboys or something?
No, not the Raiders. No, not the Raiders.
Cowboys
It
or
was
who?
no, it was the Redskins versus I can't remember the team now. But anyway, I became that team's fan like for the longest time because I was just watching at the time, and this was like in the mid '80s, so there was like '85, I believe. The guys, it was not the Raiders. Was it the Raiders? It was not the Raiders. But anyway, what made me a fan of that other team was the fact that the Redskins were hitting so hard, and I just thought that it was like, I mean, the hitting was a bit too much, right? So I always felt like, oh my goodness gracious, man, I need the guys who got skill, who can avoid being hit, and these guys were doing their best in trying to do that. So to me, I became a fan of that because, I mean, in soccer, what we do is basically try to avoid being stopped, right? But eventually, I got to understand football a lot better than I guess I did at the beginning, and of course I came to love. Then I became a Deion Sanders fan, and wherever Deion would go, they would become my team. Although I was a Redskins fan for a little bit when Doug Williams was there. I think that was like 87, 88.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Doug. Doug's a good guy.
Yeah, indeed. But let's go ahead. I mean, today it's really about you. It's about the experience. Louisiana today is in the building, so Diaspora, stand up because you have one of your best represented right here. Of course, most people know you from being a professional football player,
right?
But you have a lot of other assets. You do a lot more than just that, right?
Correct. Yeah. So lately, what I did a few years ago, I started my own nonprofit, MC Sports Education. So I target low income areas,
right?
Sports, mental health, education, and mentoring. So that's pretty much what I do. So I have a lot of kids that I still mentor right now. Some kids are in the NFL right now that's currently playing. Some kids are in college. One of them just came off of a national track meet that he just had. So he did pretty well in that. Talked to some other guys, a few other guys. A new guy I just met, which he's not too far from where I grew up at. So I watched him in high school, Jordan Anthony. And he just committed to go pro. So he just decided he's going to go pro in track. And like, man, like it's just happy to just see people do things that they love and then just keep going, you know?
Indeed. And of course, things like that don't just happen.
Right.
They start somewhere. And that somewhere sometimes can be at home, can be in school, can be in the community, in the neighborhood, in the church. It can be somewhere. So for you, let's talk a little bit about home. Who is mom? Who's dad? How influential were they in who you are today?
Yeah, my parents is very huge in what I am today. It was tough love.
Right.
It wasn't just some easy stuff. I can't sit here and be like, oh, I had the best.
Right.
Which, looking back at it now, I feel like I had
the best. But
growing up in it, you don't feel like you have the best parents or whatever the case is at the time when you're just kind of going through it because you're young.
Yeah.
Because I remember I'm like my mom, my dad, I'm one of 7.
Yeah. Okay.
But actually my dad has more kids, so I'm one of 13.
Oh, wow.
So it's a lot. I got to keep the family.
Oh, wow.
I'm toward the bottom. It's me and my younger brother. So everybody up until that was in the band, doing things like that. And then I came along and I'm like, man, I don't want to play the band. Because I remember my mom always going to like these long parades, like Mardi Gras parades and stuff, and they walking like 8 miles today. Tomorrow might be a 12-mile walk in the band, so.
I never realized, I never thought about it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you actually, in those bands, you have to carry those instruments the entire length of the, I never thought about it that way. And
there's no breaks. And it's like, my mom come home, feet, blisters and stuff like that.
Right.
And, seeing all of that type of stuff. So when I kind of got a little bit older, I was like 6, 7 grade. I'm like, man, I'm going to play football. Because I would play outside and stuff like that. I never played youth football. But I play outside and do all those type of things. And then you'd be like, she'd be like, oh, you want to play? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
Played my first year. I didn't know what I was doing. I'm just a part of the team.
There you go.
Going into my 7th, 8th grade year, same thing. I'm just on the team. I wasn't really a star or anything like that, but I just kept on going.
Yeah.
And I was good in track as well. So, and I did basketball. 7th, 8th grade, I did volleyball.
Right.
You know, there's not really men's volleyball around here, but that and softball. Then after that, got to high school. Coach put me on the O-line. That's where the big dudes play, right? I wasn't big, but I couldn't see.
Okay.
So I needed glasses and contacts and stuff like that.
You.
So I did that for like 2 years, and then I'm wearing number 69. One guy got kicked off the team, and then coach was like, "Hey, we're gonna put you back at kick returner."
Okay.
And that was like the end of my sophomore year in high school.
Right.
And I went from 69 to number 6 going to my junior year.
Wow.
And had all kind of people recruiting me. I had LSU, UCLA.
Yeah.
Like I probably had over about 40 schools.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
nice.
I had that, and then going to my senior year was some of the same thing, and then they recruiting my younger brother. He's right behind me. So So I ended up going to McNeese. I could have did basketball there too, but I also ended up doing football and track.
Got you.
So like in the days like today's game, I would be getting paid, you know, with the NIL deal and stuff like that. So it would be great, but did that, and then my brother was like, he was coming out the next year, so he ended up. My mom said, "Hey, if you come to go to McNeese with Darrick, I'll get you a car." So that was his bribe to
get him to
So he came where I went, which was a great decision at the end of the day. You know, we both did football and track in college.
Right.
I was All-American in track.
Nice.
And weightlifting, actually.
There you go.
Yeah, so
were you both guys roommates also?
Yeah.
Okay. So that keeps the family together. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was that, and then you know. Going into my junior year, I think we're supposed to be running like the 40 for our junior day for almost the next year.
Yeah.
I didn't run because I was hurt. I had pulled my hamstring, but he went out, he ran fast, so that honestly like shined light on me too, because they knew we was kind of like the same type
related.
Of people. Yeah. And come to our senior year, you know, we do well playing. We both, after that, I played receiver in college for my first 3 years.
Yeah.
And my coach that coached me ended up going to the Raiders.
Wow.
So he went to the Raiders, and then he'll come back during the summertime and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Adam Henry. And he'll just talk about, like, nah, man, you got the size to be a corner. Like, because I was thinking I had to gain more weight. He was like, nah, just be fast. And I'm like, all right, cool. Being fast, so I made the switch to DB, safety. My coach really didn't want me to switch. He was like, man, I don't see guys that look like you in the NFL. It's like, you're kind of tall. I don't see guys that look like you.
Right.
But in my head, you know, you can't tell me I can't do something.
Right.
I know I can do.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know, just because somebody tell you can't do something doesn't mean you can't do it.
Right.
Like, just be that one that make it.
There you go.
And, you know, when he told me that, I was kind of crushed for a little bit. I got my transfer papers.
Yeah.
I was about to go to LSU and go run track and then just do one more year in football.
Yeah.
And he ended up coming back. He was like, "Oh, well, you want to transfer?" Because the next week, he was like, "Why you want to transfer?" I'm like, "Because you told me I could play both ways."
Right.
When I got to school here, and I haven't played both ways, and I've been doing everything right.
Right.
So he thought about it. 15 minutes later, he called me back. He was like, "Hey, we're gonna move you to DB."
Okay.
And that's how I moved to DB, and my brother was a DB too.
Wow.
So now we both on the same side of the ball.
Right.
It's going good. The next year, one of our corners get hurt, so me and my brother both starting corners. And
wow.
That guy came back, so now I'm kind of splitting time between my brother and the other guy.
Got you.
And then after that, getting ready to go to, you know, do the pro days and all that stuff. I ran 4.2, which is pretty fast. High jump, like 42 vertical.
Yeah.
My brother did the same thing, too. So it's like, wow, these guys, like, by that time, you know what I'm saying, we got everything pretty much going good. Then I had my pro day. Like I said, the pro day was for the Raiders. Guy came out, he liked me. It was like, oh man, they flew me out. To the Raiders facility. Got there, got a chance to meet, like, you know, Al Davis. Lane Kiffin was my coach now at that time. He's at Ole Miss right now. Willie Brown, he was there. Rob Bryan. So he had all these guys, man. It's just like, you know, I wasn't used to that. I wasn't prepared for it. Yeah, man. I wasn't prepared for it. So I'm just like, that's crazy. And then the story about Willie Brown, like, he's a real legend. Right. Like, I knew of the name, but I never knew his face. Like, when you in the South, you watching team on the West Coast, you don't really see a lot of them. So even though I like the Raiders, I didn't see a lot of them. So I get in the meeting, And I'm thinking, like, who is this old guy that keep asking me all these questions? I'm thinking he's a janitor.
Yeah.
You know, I shouldn't be thinking, like, I was thinking he was a janitor. I just didn't know. Like, you know, this is a college kid. Like, I just didn't know.
So, wow. So, you sitting across from Willie Brown.
Yeah.
And you thinking that this guy is one of the least important guys in that room.
Exactly. He was one of the most important guys because he's a Hall of Famer.
Right.
And, you know.
This is a legend right there.
And I had no clue. So from that moment after I left out of that meeting, because he was asking me all these kind of questions, they kind of drill you hard for questions.
Indeed.
So I basically was just like, nah, because I had like some little design
on your hair?
Yeah. For cuts. And he was like, are you in the game? I was like, nah, I ain't never been in a game, man. Like, no, he was like, why you got that? I was like, I just wanted this type of haircut.
Yeah.
You know, no real reason.
Yeah.
But that kind of taught me a lot of stuff. Like,
gotcha.
You know, appearance sometimes is
everything. Yeah, perception.
You know? Yeah. So that ended up doing everything. You know, going through this whole process, I can just kind of play it back in my head right now.
Yeah.
You have to go get weight, height, weight, and all this stuff. And then I get my body fat done. It's like, man, 2%. It's like, you know, the guy's like, the strength and conditioning coach, it was just like, man, this dude is jacked up, he's ripped.
Right.
So it was a good thing. You know? Everybody passed the eye test, all that's good. So go from there, then I come back after, you know, I get signed to the team.
Yeah.
In like a month or so later.
Yeah.
Got rookie MVP.
Wow.
And I was an undrafted free agent.
Nice.
So I got rookie MVP. And then you had all these guys like USC, Oregon, like all these big schools. I come out of McNeese State.
Indeed.
But you got all these bigger schools.
Coming from bigger schools, right.
Yeah, so everybody's looking at me like, who is this guy? Like,
you causing a ripple now because everyone is feeling your pressure.
Right, exactly. So they seeing that, and Lane Kiffin just kind of pointing me out like, this is the type of effort that we want on this team.
There you go.
Things like that. And the hardest thing is, too, for most people that don't know football, and you know, you think about the Raiders 2008, and then you think about probably like, let's say the Saints or the Colts, and you know, the Patriots that probably won that year.
Yeah.
And you think about those teams, and it's just like, it's harder to make a bad team than it is to make a good team. So when you look at people make this sorry team, which at our time, our team wasn't great.
Right.
Like, but it's harder to make that team than to go make a team like the Patriots or something.
Gotcha.
Because they don't need you to play right now.
Right.
Like, you can develop. But when you go to somewhere like the Raiders or Cleveland Browns at the time, you got to
come ready. Yeah, you got to come ready. No, totally. And looks like your mom is really, at that point, based on the story that you just told, Mom is really the architect. She's engineered you and your brother. But you never mentioned her name.
Oh yeah, Lena. Yeah. My mom named Lena.
Lena Brown.
Yeah,
Miss Lena Brown.
Yes. Lena, my dad named Richard. And between, like I said, both of those two, Mom pretty much took care of everything at home. So like when we had to go to games, she'd show up and stuff like that.
She was the manager.
Yeah.
Momager.
Yeah. So my dad, he was the one. He was kind of like the enforcer. You know what I'm saying? Because he worked.
Yeah.
Every time my mom didn't have to really work, she didn't have to really do anything.
There you go.
She just made sure she had a chance to like take care of what we had.
Indeed.
So he would go out and do all his work and stuff like that. But he was tough, man. Like, and like I remember ninth grade, I think it was ninth grade, told me, because he owned we had a company called, it was like the Browns company.
Got you.
We basically cleaned floors and stuff like that. So,
a business.
Yeah, so we had a business doing that. So one time we had this huge story we had to do.
Yeah.
And he told me to come home. He was like, hey, come home after school, don't go to practice.
Right.
I'm like, man, I'm going to practice. So, you know, I went to practice, and he came and grabbed me off the field. It was like, hey, we got to work.
Wow.
This is what we doing. They don't work. We working. So took me off the field. We went straight to work. By the time I got back home, it was time to go to school. So I had to go right from work to school.
So you did a straight, like, practice, work, school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
but
back to practice. Like, so it was over 24 hours I was up.
Got you. But he gave you a lesson though.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah. Structure,
discipline, structure.
Yeah.
Right.
All of that. So that's what helped me out on that. I always say that, and you know, my work ethic. I credit to my
the devotion.
Sure. Yeah. Because that's pretty much what he do. Like even to this day, he still. He's retired, but he's still like
pushing. No, because I think that it's like when you want it that bad and you want it bad enough, man, regardless of what you're going through, you don't even think about those things. You just focus on what the objective is and you get it done. It's like, I mean, just look at that. You're in the 9th grade, you 24 hours in, and you still going, and you still go back to practice, then go home, rest, and now catch up for the following day. Right. Yeah. But that's great, man. And to kind of how can I say, supplement what you just mentioned. One of the first things that I was taught when I came to America as a kid was that in America, if you want to make it, aside from a job, you got to have a business. Right. Yeah. Because that was the first thing someone told me. Mr. Clark and Mr. James Clark told me that. He said that here in America, you must have a business. You must know a trade. You got to know how to do something that can earn you money aside from having a job. Yeah.
You always want to do something. That's even me today. Like, I'm always going to do something.
There you go.
So that way it just kind of helped me stay grounded.
Yeah.
Keeps me on my feet, you know. I don't stay just stagnant and just looking at the routine day to day.
Yeah.
So all my days can be different.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. And there you have, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go into our first break and take a look at some of the content that Darrick Brown actually has to show you, because he is also bad on the canvas. And that's an initiative that he's definitely taken forward. A professional ball player that now is an entrepreneur and definitely a community builder. We'll be right back.
Thanks for all your sacrifice. Thanks for everything you do for our country.
I pray every day that y'all come home safely to your families, and thank you and God bless you.
Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang.
I want y'all to stay strong. Do what y'all got to do and come on home.
Continue to do well, and you got all our blessings here down in Miami.
I just want to appreciate all you're doing out there. We support you guys and what you're doing.
I just want to thank you guys for all that you do.
Hey, this is Drew Brees, quarterback for the New Orleans Saints. Shout out to the troops here at home and abroad. I'm actually going to be on a USO trip later on this year, so look forward to seeing you all. Take care.
And we are back. If you just joined us, you're now tuned into Diaspora Central Spotlight, and our guest today is Darrick Brown. Yes, we're talking about the Pro Bowl player, artist, and now community builder. It's not easy being a mentor, is it?
No, it's not, man. It's pretty tough. It's ongoing. It's never, it's never like a real downtime. Like, so whenever a kid calls, I pick up.
Indeed. Now, what in you kind of brought about that willingness or that yearning to be a mentor?
So I would say when I grew up, like I said, still back home. Yeah. When I was a senior in high school, I worked at a nonprofit place for youth kids. Okay. So I was helping kids like that in high school too.
Got you. And feel free to mention the names if you want to, because that helps even
So when I first started, I was working with a lady named Miss Janice King, and she the one that kind of like she steered me that way without even knowing what she was doing. Wow. And so she helped me out on that. And once I got to college, I was always a part of St. Jude and stuff like that. So helping kids with cancer and stuff like that too. Yeah. So I was a part of a group in college as well. Got you. So that just kind of just gave me the sense of just like, hey, helping people. So that's one of the things that I really do great. Wow. I have a few guys that I've seen over the years that people have put me in touch with. Like I had a kid from my high school, Harlan Miller. He played for the Arizona Cardinals. I remember when I was playing, he was still in high school. Yeah. And, come back home, he was about quarterback at a high school. I'm like, hey, bro, you're not going to be a quarterback in college. Let me teach you some DB drills. Right. And I started working with him with DB drills, and he took it, and he kept on going with it. Right. He went to near school close to home, southeastern Louisiana. Yeah. Ended up making All-American as a freshman. Wow. Did his thing. Went like 4th or 5th round to the Cardinals. That was big. And then right after him, I had another kid from my high school. Yeah. His name was Shaheen Carter. Yeah. So I remember I used to take him to like LSU visits. Went to TCU, went to LSU again. That's when I met the other kid from like down the street from my house, Devontae Smith, he's a Heisman winner and Super Bowl champion.
Wow. So you got trophies, and not to cut you off, but so you not only you got trophies, but at this time you doing this just by doing it, or have you already registered? Had you already registered a company at the time?
Nah,
you were just sharing.
I'm just giving back game.
Gotcha.
So just talking to those kids, and then I would have like my camp. So a lot of those kids too was at my camp.
Gotcha.
So they would be at my camp, and it's crazy. I look at pictures, and I was like, "Oh man, you was at my camp."
Right.
And he was like, "Yeah, I was at the camp." And still to this day, they always ask if I'm doing more camps, but I still help people. And then like I remember Trey Palmer, he plays for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now. I remember me reaching out to his mom and just letting him know, like, "Hey, he's 7th grade. He only does track." I was like, "Man, if you get him this type of work and all this type of stuff, he'll be able to pick any college he want to go to." And he came out and went to LSU, had a great career there, and then transferred his last year to Nebraska, an even better year. So that was solidified him to, get drafted. So
Indeed.
That was a good thing. And I also coached college football too. So when I was at Langston University, a lot of people don't know what Langston University is at. It's in Oklahoma.
Okay.
So it's a college where Ocho Cinco went there too.
Okay.
Like that's where you started.
Okay.
And then so I was there. I coached a guy named Keith Smith. Keith Lewis, actually. Keith Lewis. And I told him, I was like, "Hey, bro, if you do what I'm telling you, you'll get to the league." Right. And he did what I asked of him. I did my part. I got scouts out to look at him. Yeah. And got him to the league. Did the same thing with another guy named Bruce Thompson. Shout out to Bruce, man. Bruce was one of those kids that was always in my office every day. Wow. He would come stay with me. He was just always wanting to learn. Yeah. And I would teach him everything as a receiver and stuff like that. And then now, like Bruce has his own brand with Dreamathon. Okay. And it's blowing up.
So like, doing somewhat the same thing.
Yeah. And he got a chance to go to the league too. So he played with New Orleans Saints. So wow. Man, like he's like one of the guys that I would say I coached, and he exceeded my expectations.
And this is one of the things that that a lot of times I would say I would consider to be, I guess, success guilt, right? Right. Because you become successful and you're looking around you and you start to realize that there were things that you wish that you had in place as you were coming up, that they were there, and then you start doing those things for those who are coming after you. Right. Now, some people actually appreciate it and they hold on to it and they value it and they follow those, and other people just think that you showing off. Did you? Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like you get some people that's in that, but I feel like when you're genuinely just doing what you that you do and you don't even feel like work. Right. Because some of those things, I done did certain things for people, and I don't have to mention names to other people, but you know, I paid for it. I didn't look for anything back in return. Right. So if you get to where you got, indeed, the only thing I really want you to do is help somebody else.
There you go. What I'm doing. Yeah, you paid forward, now go pay forward to somebody else.
And, you know, that's pretty much how I am. So I don't really expect anything in return.
Right.
Just be a good person to somebody else.
There you go.
So yeah.
Yeah. So as a kid, 7 out of 7 or out of 13, you're not even envisioning you being a ball player.
No. I always say
what did you want to be then?
Nah, like I said, back then I wanted to be a BMX bike rider. Or,
that's it.
You know, you have like
a pro. Yeah, because I think around that time also, that's when BMX was starting their pro leagues and all that, right? The games and the tricks and all that stuff.
Yeah, so that you know, that was big back then, and then you see that or Tony Hawk on TV. You know what I'm saying? It was all about.
Yeah, MTV. Yeah, MTV had started to pump up. That is true, man. You just mentioned a name that I haven't heard in a while too.
Yeah, man. So it was all about that at the time. Like I said, I would watch football, but not really. I watch it on Thanksgiving. Like I watch the Cowboys on Thanksgiving or whatever. But before that, like it wasn't really about football. Yeah, it wasn't really. Nobody really cared about football in my household like that. Wow. Like I would say, I had another older brother. He kind of played, but. He kept getting in trouble, so he didn't really make the team, or he got kicked off the team. Yeah. So it was just like that. And I was also at that time, around that time, I was a basketball manager, water boy. Oh wow! So I would like see a lot of the older guys, and I'd be around them and see how they carry themselves and stuff like that. And I was kind of feel like I watched the Giannis Antetokounmpo documentary.
Yeah.
And he was kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah.
He was always,
Yeah.
around the game.
Yeah.
He's a water boy.
Yeah.
Seeing what the bigger guys doing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I feel like if kids go back to that model and just
Yeah.
being there, instead of
Yeah.
like, I know everybody when gets training and training
yeah.
is good, but like when you're around and you're seeing it firsthand and then
Right.
you're getting some of this stuff up,
Yeah.
that's what helps you out.
Oh yeah, you get to a point where you actually understand. So once you have at least gotten the seed, any bit of water will help that seed germinate and become a bigger plant.
Facts.
Yeah, but that is definitely cool. So basketball never even ended up being part of the.
Nah, and I was good at basketball, but I feel like I probably averaged like my senior year, I probably averaged still like 15 points a game, 6 blocks, and like 14 rebounds a game. But I was, like I said, very. I could jump high.
Gotcha.
I wouldn't say I was a shooter. Or
right. I
like
mean,
that.
you ran and you said that vertically.
And I'm watching.
You running track, so you.
Exactly, but I'm watching like LeBron come out though. I'm reading this in real time, so I'm watching LeBron James, and it's just like, man, this dude right here is a baller.
Right.
So and I'm seeing his papers every week. Like I'm
Right.
looking at a newspaper every week. Wasn't no social media, so it's just newspaper. So I'm looking at LeBron like, man.
Yeah.
Phew, I wish I could do that. Like, but I knew I couldn't do that, so I was just like, but he was very skilled. I wasn't skilled.
Right.
And that's the thing with basketball. You either got to work on that skill level, or
Right.
if not, you're gonna be behind.
Right.
And like what LeBron said, I heard this one of his interviews like a week ago. Like they played 21 a lot. That's what we did. Like
Right.
it's every man for himself.
Right.
Like, and I actually, I played against some guys that from Picayune, Mississippi. I think his name was Jonathan Bender. He was a first round draft pick, but he was 7 foot.
Right.
Like,
Wow.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to compete with that.
Yeah. At 6'4", but
Yeah.
man, these are tall guys.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and he came straight out of high school. So
Right.
back then, a lot of guys was coming out right out of high school. So you got a chance to play with those guys.
Indeed.
Marcus Spears, he played for the Cowboys for a while. Now he's on ESPN.
Right.
He's one of those guys.
Yeah.
You got Brandon Jacobs. So I had a lot of guys that I actually played with that made it to that next level.
Right.
And it's just like, man, this is crazy. And even when I grew up, when I used to play backyard football, Martellus and Michael Bennett, they was from back home from Amy, Louisiana.
Okay.
And I used to always play against them.
Wow.
And then they ended up moving away. I didn't know what happened, but they ended up moving right here to Houston.
Wow.
So that's where they was at. So now I still know their little brothers and stuff like that. So it's just like, man, we grew up together.
Right.
And then y'all moved away because you know how it kind of goes.
Yeah. You start seeing people from the same neighborhood.
Right.
Yeah. And now at school, was there any influential person? Of course, at home was your mom, your dad. What about in the community and at school? Was there anyone that was sort of influential to you, either a teacher or maybe a counselor? Anyone?
Right. So the guy that I always looked at. So we had this wall, which I'm going to recreate at my high school because they redid it.
Got you.
Because there's nothing there. But they had all the people that went to professional sports. So I saw the guy named Jackie Smith. He's a Hall of Fame tight end.
Okay.
I actually did an interview with him like a few years ago.
Yeah.
But his picture was on there, so he was one of the first guys. And then we had the first black African-American guy to play basketball at LSU. It was College Temple.
Gotcha.
So I would see him, and then I would see we had another girl, Cynthia Cooper.
Yeah.
She was WNBA.
Okay.
So she played basketball.
Right.
And then the next guy was Michael Jackson. He was a receiver, played for the Cleveland Browns.
Right.
So, and I always, at that time, Mike was still kind of playing. So I would see him come home every year, like during the summertime, either in his 6'4" Chevy or his Benz. And I'm like, man, I want to. So, as little kids, you kind of like, you run out to the side of the street. I'm in a small town. I'm trying to see this guy come through because I know he's from here.
Yeah.
I never would get a chance to actually meet him like that because I'm a little kid. It's like, but I want to be around him so bad.
Right.
So I would just kind of like look, and then I think toward I got to high school, his wife would braid my hair.
Oh wow!
So I got a chance to start going over there and asking him certain questions.
Got you.
And then his wife would braid my hair and stuff like that, and we got close from that. And then once I got to college, and he would always tell me about certain things with him and Brett Favre in Southern Mississippi,
right?
And things like that. But he was like really good at my high school,
right?
And even in like I think '96, he led the NFL with receiving touchdowns.
Yeah.
So you know, fast forward, I get to the NFL. Now we having like real NFL talk.
Yeah.
You know, and he would just talk about like, man, I think that was the year I went to the Super Bowl with the Colts.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, you got a chance to go to the Colts. He was like, yeah, I played for this long, but I never went to the Colts. I never went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I said, yeah, I said, it's fun, you know. So I was able to have that experience with him and be part of a fraternity with him.
There you go.
know, and being in the NFL. So that was dope.
Yeah. So really from dream into reality. Right in the same space with the same people that you looked up to as a child. Yeah.
And even with that, like I said, you know, I got a chance to do that. And as you know, I don't know if you do, but you know, my brother, he played in the NFL as well.
Yeah.
So he was like right there with me. So when we came out of college, we both went into the NFL the same year. So it's kind of like with the Sanders, you know, Sanders
indeed.
kids.
Yeah.
I'm like,
the dynasty. You guys are also part of the dynasty,
yeah,
right?
So I feel like with, you know, Shiloh and Shador going through, like, you know, I had that same situation with me and my brother.
Indeed.
And that was kind of dope, man.
Yeah.
Actually, with Shiloh and Shador, I kind of know those kids, too, because when I was living in Dallas, I used to kind of train them a little bit.
Got you.
And Dion used to give me advice
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Kevin Mathis, so a lot of the guys that sat Colorado, I was actually working out and training with those guys.
Wow.
The whole time.
And you right at that space where you kind of got to get a lot of wisdom from the greatest generation of sports and now into the new school. You're right there in that middle.
Right.
You Gen X, of course.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because I would say that for sure. Being around like a lot of the Hall of Famers of the Raiders, Jim Otto, you know, like I said, Willie Brown, Gene Atkins, you know, Charles Woodson, all these guys, Mike Hayes, Mike Haynes. Yeah. Like being around all these guys, man, you learn so much, you know, on and off the field.
Indeed.
That I can, you know, share with like younger people. Right. So that's what some of the experience that I tell younger guys is like, man, hey, I'm just telling you how it works. Right. And when you get to a level of professionalism, like coach is not going to teach you how to play football. Right. You got to know how to play it. There you go. The people that's going to be teaching you is going to be the pros. So it's going to be the pros teaching the pros. Right. And that's what you got to go from. So like any younger kid for me, like, hey, just be humble. There you go. And understand. Because, like I said, you can get 1,000 likes on Instagram. Be prepared. Yeah, be prepared. Cause you're not going to get those likes. Everybody not going to clap your hand and say good job when you're supposed to be doing your job. Yeah. Like, so that's just what it is.
Yeah, definitely part of the game. So as you going through school, elementary school, what school was it?
Kenwood Elementary.
Okay. Middle school?
Yeah, it's still Kentwood.
Okay, and then high school.
So it's like my so Kentwood is like so we got Kentwood Elementary,
and you guys at parishes, right? No counties.
Yeah. So I'm in the Tangipahoa Parish. So Kentwood, we far north. I'm on the state line of Mississippi. So if I cross the border, we right there in Mississippi. Oh wow. Yeah. So I'm there that close. Yeah. So even from Kentwood, you know, you got like Britney Spears is from Kentwood.
Oh,
So everybody was like, man, Britney.
So a lot of famous people from there.
Yeah. We got a lot of people from Kentwood. Yeah. Britney and Jamie. So that's just those. But we got like Roger Ballard. Like if you go back to the 1920s, we have Little Brother Montgomery. He was a jazz singer. Okay. I heard of him. Yeah. So it's like. It's a lot of culture there for the most part. Yeah. But man.
So little town producing big talent. Yeah. Yeah. And these are things. See, these are things that, for instance, the rest of the world a lot of times does not know, because out there everyone thinks that they only started seeing you at LSU. Right. And then at the Raiders, right? They not realizing that this guy is coming from this little town somewhere deep in the country, right? Right. That is not as broadcasted as Los Angeles or as New York City or as Atlanta or Houston. Well, Houston, Texas now, because back in those days, even Houston was something that you really didn't hear much about.
Right. Nah, not at all. But yeah, that's kind of how it is. So you know, some people look it up and it's just like, wow, man, y'all have like a lot of guys that come out, and I'm like, yeah, I said. I graduated with 43 people, and out of 43 people, me and another guy, Byron Ross, he was my classmate. Yeah. We both made it to the NFL.
Look at that.
But you don't really have that many people out of one school or
do that.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah.
And then the next year, like I said, my brother, he was that.
So in 2 years, you guys get 3 guys in the NFL.
Yeah.
And there are schools in the U.S. that have never gotten a player.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, and we have 2 Hall of Famers.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and that's even bigger. So we have, like, a guy from my hometown, like I said, Jackie Smith and Aeneas Williams that went to Southern.
Yeah.
But those 2 guys are in the NFL. Jackie Smith went to Northwestern State, though. But,
Indeed.
But, yeah.
Yeah. So if someone had to visit your home, the place where you were born and raised, what would you recommend them go take a look at?
First, you got to go to the school, look up under the water tower.
Okay.
that's the biggest thing. That's what everybody know. They fear the water tower in my hometown.
Okay.
And, you know, get a bottle of water.
There you go.
Like, we're known for water. Like Kenwood spring water. So a lot of people say it's in the water.
Wow. You know, I was going to say that when you were talking about the famous people that were coming out, and then I kind of stopped myself from saying that, but I honestly believe that it is in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what we got. And we known for cattle and stuff like that. So other than that, man, it's just a real country living.
Yeah. Good manners.
Yeah, good manners.
Humble, hardworking.
Family.
Yeah, family.
So yeah,
indeed.
That's the big thing.
Yeah. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to continue this conversation with Darrick Brown. Yes, we're talking about the professional NFL, now artist, entrepreneur, and mentor. Building community is not easy, but they know that if you have the assets and if you have the wisdom to pass along, you might as well do so. We'll be right back.
Well, I got the big grip on the bar, so that's why it's got the red on it. So it's just a little bit tougher, but you don't have to have that if you don't have it. Making sure you get that good full pump at the top, squeeze at the top, as you can see. That way, that's how you're gonna build that bicep. So here is 4 sets of 12 cable pull down. Get down, make sure you hold for a second. That way we can get that horseshoe in the back of that arm, so that's what you want. And even for the ladies too, like, don't feel like you're gonna be as muscular as I am. Just put in the work. Gonna get you there. All right, the hammer curls right here is building up that forearm. Some stuff that you need, you know. I always use this as I was pretty much bringing in groceries in the house, but yeah, you always want to tighten that forearm up, as you can see that. So yeah, the shoulder shrugs, making sure you know, getting big lats, pulling, you're shrugging. Don't use your neck, you know, pull. Keep your elbows locked. Do not bend your elbows. We don't want you pulling with your elbows. So keep your arms straight.
And we are back. If you just joined us, you're now tuned into Diaspora Central Spotlight. Our guest, of course, it's Darrick Brown. Yes, we're talking Raiders, Saints in the building.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we back. We back. Also,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying, them Colts too. Now.
Yeah, Colts. Indeed. We can't forget that. We got to, because as a matter of fact, take us through that transition. So you started at the Raiders.
Yeah, started at the Raiders.
Right. Because you did LSU your 4 years.
McNeese State.
McNeese, excuse me. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, MSU.
Yes. So 4 years, and then you got Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I went to Raiders. Then second year I played, I was still with the Raiders, and then I got cut. Mm-hmm. And then I went to the Saints.
Okay.
So I was there with Drew Brees. That was 2009.
Yeah.
After 3 or 4 weeks, I got cut again.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not easy. I cut again, and then I went to the Colts.
Okay.
So was there with the Colts, you know, talking to Peyton.
Mm-hmm.
He's asking me certain things. He actually knew about Kentwood.
Got you.
Because he played against my high school.
Oh, wow.
While he was in high school, and he was just always like, man, I know about the hook fins and everybody. So he would just give me his show of story and how they beat us.
Wow.
But he was like, we were good. He was like, if the ball wouldn't have been tipped,
right,
we would have won the game. But the ball got tipped, and his brother Cooper caught the ball for the winning touchdown.
Wow.
So there, and then like after that, I think we was on a lockout year. So 2010. So after the Colts, after the Super Bowl, I didn't play. And then 2011,
Yeah.
I'm looking to get back in the game. So I ended up signing with New Orleans Voodoo. It's an arena football team.
Yeah.
Darrick Stingley, he was my coach. His son actually plays here for Houston. He plays here. So I remember that little kid too.
Oh,
so
wow.
He was working out with us. I'm telling coach, I'm like, man, he's gonna be a beast.
Right.
And now he's an all-pro cornerback.
Yeah. Now he's a beast.
Yeah, he's a beast. He's an all-pro cornerback here with the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I already seen that. So it was no doubt that he wasn't gonna be who he is.
Yeah.
And I said that to people like all the way up. I'm like, man, you gonna see this little kid right here.
Yeah.
Watch he's gonna be in. People like, man, you right.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
You
see the talent.
So you definitely have an eye for picking talent, for picking and understanding talent.
Right.
Yeah.
So after that, I left there. I left the New Orleans Voodoo. I went up to Edmonton in Canada.
Yeah.
So I went to Canada and go play in Canada. So I was playing in Canada. I played at Edmonton. And then after Edmonton, I went to Calgary.
Yeah.
Played in Calgary. And then, man, I ain't gonna lie, it was just like one of those times where it was like, man, you know, you get depression, and you feel anxiety and all that stuff. And it was one day after practice, and I was just like, man, we were gonna have the bye week the next week. So I remember telling my roommate, it's like, man, bro, you're gonna do good here, but I said my time has come. I'm gone.
I'm out.
And I left. I didn't tell no coach, nobody. I just
packed and rolled.
Yeah,
that was it.
That was it. I was just like, man, I don't want to play no more.
Yeah.
And I came to Dallas, and I'm sitting, and then they had the Allen Wranglers. T.O. had just signed there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So 2012. So I'm like, okay, I think I'm going to go back. So I went back to go play with Allen Wranglers because it was close.
Yeah.
I was staying in Dallas. And I played there for a few weeks, and then I left, and I went to San Jose. And then I went to San Jose, man.
Yeah.
I was playing there no longer than a week.
Right.
This is how quick it went. So I'm there, and I get there, and I'm practicing, I'm doing everything.
Right.
A guy died in a hotel. So one of the teammates died.
Oh, wow.
Like young, 25, 26 years old. He died in a hotel. So when he died, they had to bring in another guy that can fill his position because he was a starter. Like, so then it was like, oh, I got to cut you. So I signed the same week and got cut in the same week.
Wow.
With a team. And so I was just like, really after that, I was like, yeah, I don't want to play this no more.
You done?
Yeah, I was done.
Yeah.
So I came back home and just started life.
Start applying yourself to the other resources and gifts that you have.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
And well, I mean, it's I'll tell you that a lot of times, and I don't know, you believe in God.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Me too. And I honestly believe that sometimes God directs us as He wants because He knows exactly where our timing is. And I always say that visionaries have the hardest time in this world because they gotta a lot of times deal with individuals that have no vision. So there are things that you already foresee, and are able to understand that other folks don't quite get it. So when you sitting around and you're going through all of these things, you're building up all the acumen necessary for you to then be able to nurture other individuals that eventually will in the future fulfill certain positions and therefore build your legacy.
Right. Correct. Yeah.
Today, as that mentor, that individual that has actually had a hand in some of the great players, some of the great individuals in society, some of the entrepreneurs, and I mean, it's that is my accolade to you. Really, thank you for actually being how can I say, strong enough,
right?
Yeah, to still never give up on what was your God-given gift,
right?
Which was the gift of providing,
right,
helping, aiding, waking up, nurturing, right, others,
right?
Yeah, because that makes a big difference.
No, that's definitely, and like I said, that's kind of how I grew up too. With my uncle, he was a pastor. I had like 3 or 4 uncles that was pastors.
Yeah, you can tell us names.
Yeah, like Glenn Brunfield. I had Johnny Brown. A couple other Browns. Everybody know them in Kentwood. So they own a couple of Temple Chapel churches and stuff. Then like now I got 2 brothers that's pastors.
Wow.
Donald Brown and So
Yeah.
we have them. So now, when I go home, I go to his church and stuff like that. So it's good to see him like in his element and doing what he loves too.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't have no problem like
Right.
going to church. That's
Indeed.
pretty much what I brought up. Back
Right.
then, like we was in church probably pretty much all day.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, man, we wasn't playing no sports. We wasn't
Right.
watching football. We was at
Yeah.
church. Like
Yeah.
maybe do it 2 or 3 churches in one day,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah.
got Bible study. You got Sunday school.
Yeah.
And then you got choir rehearsal. Like
Indeed.
it's all types of stuff.
Yeah.
So,
No, I mean the parents knew that they couldn't leave your mind with that much time, because then it would turn into the devil's playground, and
Right.
you have to keep that mind, that creative mind, busy with productive things.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned that, because my childhood is sort of similar, the same. Other kids played outside. My parents had me in the library, and today, as an adult, as a grown man, I look back, and my entire life has really been spent in the library. When I got in the States, at school, when I had no class, guess where I was? In the library.
Yeah, that's what I do. I go home. Every time I go home right now, that's where they catch me.
Right.
I'm in the library.
Yeah.
Because that's like one of my safe space.
Indeed.
So I don't mind. Then our library now, we got a new one.
Right.
It's nice.
Yeah.
So I like to just go in there and just sit down.
Indeed.
Like, not many people come in here, so that's my spot where I like to go.
Indeed, definitely. Yeah, and we got to have you at some point also, because I don't know if you're aware of it or not. We have a Pan-African library on Westheimer. We got to invite you at some point to come out and maybe showcase your brands out there. It's a community library. It's been up since 2019, 2020.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's a pre-pandemic baby that survived the pandemic and is now really fostered. He has a lot of history there. Very powerful space, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely, I'll check that out. For
Indeed.
Sure.
Yeah. It would definitely be good. But let's go into brands.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because we know that brown can't just be brown.
You're right, man. Yeah, it's almost like,
Yeah.
UPS, what can Brown do for you? But,
there you go.
But yeah, now I got a few different brands. I got, like I said, this brand,
Yeah.
Brown,
Yeah.
BRWN. So I basically kind of created that. I started creating that for my nieces and nephews. It's more so, like you said, it's
Continuity.
Legacy. Yeah, continuity, legacy,
Yeah.
and things like that. So that's why I created it
For
them to kind of run with it and do
There you
certain
go.
things. I still kind of rep a lot of it.
Yeah.
Having all types of things with it. Shoes. I did art shoes that looks like that's
wow.
pretty dope.
Yeah.
T-shirts, hats, sunglasses.
Yeah.
All types of stuff that I have. Also, like with the DMC Sports brand too, because I kind of do that.
Right.
And like I said, for some time I go back to Louisiana. I may get the best kid, that's the smartest kid.
Right.
I might get one of the athletic kids. Whatever that they're doing, and be able to take them to the Saints facility and have them meet with some of the players and stuff like that. So some of the guys, they didn't got a chance to meet Alvin Kamara at the time, Jameis Winston, like all of these guys, and they just love it. So for me, it's just like, man, I like seeing them happy. So
there you go.
I'm gonna do it again this year. So it's already gonna be in the making there. Hopefully, I can get some kids here in Houston and
to do the same.
Take to the Texans.
Yeah,
I want to take them to the Texans.
Got
so I
you.
do that there, or if I'm in Vegas, I go to the Raiders. So I try to like give back to the places that I've been. And have going forward.
Yeah, and that's what I always say, right? The power of representation means a lot. It may just be the individual that kind of opens that door, right? It's kind of like almost you sitting in that meeting and you looking at Joe Brown, like, okay, this guy is asking all these questions. Who in the world is he? Without you knowing that this is really the conduit that is channeling you.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
To greatness.
Yeah.
Right.
Facts. Yeah, man. That's the thing.
Yeah, he's one of the legends. Nah, you definitely doing it. So you got the clothing brand, but at some point, of course, you started to become very close to the canvas.
Yeah, man. So the canvas part, that even goes back to when I was younger, and like I said, I used to do the BMX stuff. Yeah. But I also used to like draw a lot as a kid, because it was me and I had two other guys in my high school, like in my elementary school at the time, Marcio Brim and Ronald Putman, and they're still artists too.
Wow.
And they're good. Like, and I remember back then, because I kind of like started going more toward football with it, but I used to always do that.
Gotcha.
Marcio, he was the guy, him and Ronald Putman, they was the guys that kept going and drawing, like, and with Marcio, his dad drew, his brother drew, like they was all drawers.
Got you. So he comes from a family of
exactly. So I mean, he can draw you and paint you now real quick.
He's
like,
got the he got. So he's one of those guys that will sit in a courtroom and sketch. and sketch. Wow.
He has that type of talent. I remember he got an art show back then, and he was number 2 out of 1,000 people.
Jeez.
You know, and that's out of the country. Like, so I'm like, man, that's like being number 1. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's
that is top 2%.
Yeah. So I just talked to him like a couple of days ago. Me and him we gonna collab on some stuff too.
Yeah.
But you know, going through that process, and then I remember like 8th, 9th grade, I actually took like shop class, and I created a board, painted it, you know, did the little stencil stuff with my name. I was like, man, this is pretty cool. Yeah. And that just went on from there. And then, like, I remember my first year in the NFL, I bought me an old school car, and I took out the dashboard, fiberglassed it, and then, like, airbrushed, like, the city of New Orleans on it. So everybody's like, man, how you come up with that idea? I was like, I don't know, I just came up with it. I just thought that was the vision I had in my head, so that's what I put on there. Wow. And it came out amazing.
Do you still have that car?
No, I sold the car, but I still have the pictures of the car.
Oh, got you.
And what's called, I have to show it to you. So, so you can see the dash.
Indeed. Wow.
And it's pretty nice. So did that, and everybody just loved that. And then after that, I think it was 2014, I had one of my friends in Dallas. So his mom worked at an art museum, the African American Art Museum in Dallas. So I would always go there and go hang out, see stuff. So this time he was actually about to go on a tour with a guy named Frank Frazier. I don't know if you ever heard of him. So he's a huge artist. Yeah. He's a black artist. And I'm like, man, I don't want to drive out there, but I'll fly and come meet y'all. Right. So I flew to L.A. We was at J. Anthony Brown's spot. Yeah. So I helping him set up, and we're setting up all types of art. And I'm just like, man, this is amazing. So he's giving me the game without me even knowing at this time. And I'm just like, for a whole week, I was around him. Yeah. And just understanding.
You're getting inspired.
Yeah, getting inspired. I see all the other people, they're coming, they're talking to me about their arts and what their stuff does. Yeah. Frank is kind of giving me, like, how he prepares. It's kind of like football. Right. You know, he's telling me how he prepares and how he get his stories and stuff. So he may go to Africa and be there for a while. Yeah. He going to research African heritage. Like, you know, he had one huge picture that he did, like, with, like, feathers and all this stuff about how people came over on a slave ship. And it told the whole story of this tribe. Wow. So, like, his stuff goes in super deep, and I was just like, man, just from learning from that, that taught me how to, like, even storytell inside of my art.
Conceptualize real pieces.
Right. So where it's like, you might be painting this, but you just ain't, everything has a meaning to it.
Yeah, indeed.
So we did that. We did the L.A. Tour, and then we drove up to Oakland. Okay. And then we finished off up there. But just learning that from him, that taught me a lot. And then fast forwarded to, like, 2019, 2020, that's when I really started painting on the canvas. So I actually got a 60 by 48 canvas.
Dude, that's big.
And, and I painted on it. And, you know, I did, like, my pour technique and stuff like that, and it came out perfect.
So you went straight to the deep end.
Yeah, no small canvas. It was just one big canvas. Right. And I put my work on it, and, man, it was amazing. Wow. And like I would say, so 2020, so last year, I sold that canvas. Wow. For $2,000.
There you go.
Yeah. So I took it to Vegas for the Super Bowl.
Right.
Yeah, so I took it to Vegas for the Super Bowl, and it had, like, this, like, kind of like silent auction where you can bid from your phone. Yeah. So me and my guy, and I kind of got documents of this stuff too. Yeah. So we're at the with the Aria and having drinks. We talking to people. It's a lot of celebrities, like you said. Doug Wheaton was there.
Oh wow, that's my guy right there.
Guy. So yeah, he was there. You have a lot of the WNBA women that they was there. Yeah. Guys from, like, the show 50 Cent with Power. A lot of those guys was there. So it's just like, man, I can't believe my artwork is in this place with all these people. And then, you know, they're coming all through, and they just like, man, I like this, man. And they don't know I did the art. Right. you know. And
because it's silent, so it's just being pushed, and people just
and they just
bidding.
Yeah, exactly. And I see a lot of people just walking up to my artwork, and it's just like, man, that's dope. Like, it just tells like a story to them.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, man, it's crazy. And then my homeboy was like, hey, man, I just looked at the bid. You got the most bids right now on your artwork. I'm like, for real? And then by the end of it, and then I talked to this other guy. He was like, man, this guy's trying to outbid me. I got to outbid him. So they have a bidding war.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, man, that's pretty cool. So the guy ended up winning. I took a picture with him.
Yeah.
So did that. And then I did another art show. I did one here in Houston.
Yeah, Uplift.
Yeah,
right.
Uplift,
That's actually where we met.
Mm-hmm,
yep. Yeah.
So that one, and I like that one though, man. It was pretty cool. Like, I enjoyed how big it was in there. Like everybody's pieces out. That was dope. So that kind of got me more inspired. You know what I'm saying, to do stuff. And then again, like this year, I put some more pieces in the Super Bowl in New Orleans. Yeah. So I put 2 pieces in there. I had a piece with me and my brother that was more abstract. Yeah. And it was me and him. But I told a story in the description. So a guy bought the piece. Him and his wife loved it. Wow. But he was like, I honestly just put that piece in there just because I just wanted to do it for me and my brother. Because of that. I didn't think nobody was going to buy that piece. Yeah. But he was like, the story behind the piece made him want the piece as much. Wow. Because he was like, that reminded him of him and his brother. Wow. And then I had another piece that I entered in there. I called it Burl because I painted it during Hurricane Burl. Okay. And it was kind of dark, but it had 2 faces and stuff like that. Oh, so it's kind of like the weather's changing. That's kind of like my story behind that, because it was just like, it's kind of like chaos that night when the storm was coming through. Yeah. And then I also entered like another 3 pieces online, and they all sold. Wow. I had another guy bought it. He actually played for the Patriots. His name is Marcus Cannon. Yeah. And I sold a 60 by 48 to him. Oh, wow. And he was like, man, I love this painting, bro. Like, this is, I seen you his video too, but man, I pulled up to his house. Right. Because they gave me his information, but they didn't give me his phone number. Right. So I had to just up and just get to his house and to deliver. And hopefully he's at home. Right. He was at home, gave him his artwork, and he loved it. And I actually just reached out to him like 2 days ago because I had another piece of art that I just did. Nice. And he loved that one. Yeah. Have you been commissioned yet to do a specific piece by anyone? Yeah. I'm also like in the process right now creating one for my uncle. He does music, so I'm creating one for him. So, but he wanted an art cover. He was like, even with his fans that listen to his music, he was like, he'll put a picture of himself, it'd be okay, but he have art behind it. He feel like he has more influence because people love the art of that. Legitimacy. Yeah, so I definitely have some of those. I have another piece that I'm working on right now, Devontae Smith, the guy that played for the Eagles. Yeah. So I have a piece I'm working on for him right now. Yeah. Which he don't really know it yet, but I got that, which I already created another piece for him 3 years ago when he did the Super Bowl in Phoenix, Arizona. Gotcha. So it's like a shoe. Yeah. But it was pretty dope. Wow. But that's the one thing, right? Being able to create to document, right? Yeah. Stories, like real stories, because this is not just art that is like art. No, these are stories. Right. They actually have meanings. They're pieces of your life and the lives of the people. Right, exactly, and that's exactly what I'm creating for him on this art piece. It's like some people kind of saw a little bit, little sneak peeks at my house. Yeah, but they was like, "Oh, what that mean?" I'm like, "You're not gonna understand what this means. I know what it means to him because I pretty much kind of know him. There's a story, right? And I know his family, and even with his family, his mom was kind of like." And that's really why I wanted to kind of do it, because like, so for example, for my brother, like, so I got an older brother above me, but at the time, like his baby mom at the time, and he had his wife, but his baby mom decided, at the time, I don't know what really transpired, but she didn't want to take care of the kids, so my brother had to end up taking all 4 kids. Gotcha. And the reason how he even got to that point was because of Devontae Smith's mom. She kind of like, I don't know what she did, but she helped him along the process to get his kids. So that was the inspiration for me.
Guidance, support,
yeah. She helped him, so it's like, okay, you help him, you help me. You know what I'm saying?
That's family.
Me as family.
Yeah, that's family.
So that would, transpire for me to be like, man, I like this kid. And he was already a good kid anyway.
Right.
But I just liked him. Then I even had his mentor reach out to me before and wanted me to be his agent at one point.
Right.
Because I was from back home and I always help kids in the area.
Yeah.
So
great. No, it's what they say, right? When you're grateful, great things come to you.
Right.
Right.
For sure.
When you're grateful, great things come to you. Now, you mentioned becoming an agent. Did you at some point even think, you know what, let me actually register myself as an agent and do that?
I thought about
those things that
I thought about it, but I just like I said, I never really like to do stuff for money. I like to just do it out of kindness. You like to feel good while you're doing it, and doing it because you know that you're really helping, not because if you don't do it, you're not getting paid. Right.
Yeah. I totally understand.
So for me, it was like I wanted to be an agent, but I didn't want to be an agent. I didn't want to go through all the process of being an agent. Yeah. But I also like to put people
to help people. Yeah.
So it's like even if I'm able to, like I said, my past agent or something like that, if I can help him out still,
right?
Hey, I got a guy for you.
There you go. You channel them. Yeah. So you that conduit to wherever something is.
So just bridge the gap.
Now, of course, you know that the NFL is going into the continent, and they decided that they were going to start. Not NFL, NBA, excuse me, has gone to the continent, and they started NBA in Africa. So NFL, I'm not sure whether if they have even thought about it.
Some stuff, but I feel like if they create something first, it's probably gonna be in London.
Got you.
It'll be back there. They used to have NFL Europe.
Yeah.
I think that stopped 2008. But they used to have that type of stuff. So if they do bring something back, it'd probably be like in the Euro. Over that way.
Yeah, and then go maybe from Europe into Africa.
Yeah.
Now, have you had a chance yet to visit the continent?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
That's on my bucket list, though.
That's on your bucket list. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna officialize that now and make that official invitation now right here live, because I believe that you should visit Angola.
Yeah.
There's plenty of talent in the continent. It's really a young continent, and someone like you that knows and understands, a resourceful person that understands talent,
right,
is what the continent needs right now. We need individuals that understand talent, individuals that can position, individuals that can be the conduit, individuals that can open the doors and direct the right people into those doors, right? Yeah, so that there are no rushes, no stampedes, because you gotta remember that the continent is being suppressed for so long. All of a sudden, it's like you open it up. Every door that opens, you end up with a stampede, and at times the people going through that door may not even be the ones that with the right talent to really be there.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. So we need individuals like you actually know and understand talent to help, because one thing is for sure: the diaspora cannot grow without the continent, and the continent really will not grow in its best form without the diaspora. Yeah. So that collaboration, I think that it will be something very, very good, very.
For sure, man.
Indeed.
That's stuff that I want to try.
Yeah, I think that Angola should probably be the first country that you go visit. And to go to Angola, you don't need a visa.
Oh, really?
American citizens do not need visas to go. All you basically need to do is buy the ticket and
just go.
Yeah, go. Of course, they speak Portuguese, not English, but they do speak English. So you won't be completely lost. As a matter of fact, But it's definitely one of the countries that I would say you should go. And we'll talk a little bit more offline and kind of try to set up a few things to see if we can get you in that side.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Because you may get there and land and be like, you know what, I think he needs to go. When I leave these guys right here at some point, I need to reach out to them because we need them on the other side to play.
Man, definitely. I don't have no problem just going sometime. I done did some spontaneous trips to Thailand and book It was like 3 days before, and I decided to just book and just go. Like,
yeah.
So I don't mind just traveling with a backpack.
There you go.
I don't need a lot.
Yeah, I just did one. I just did one of those to Lisbon, man. I ended up leaving my phone in New York City. So.
Oh man, dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, but it is what it is. So let's take another break, and when we come back, we're gonna go ahead and tie up those loose ends. Of course, our guest is Darrick Brown. Yes, community builder.
Yeah,
right here on Diaspora Central. We'll be right back.
Thanks for all your sacrifice. Thanks for everything you do for our country.
I pray every day that y'all come home safely to your families, and thank you and God bless you.
Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang.
I want y'all to stay strong. Do what y'all gotta do and come on home.
Continue to do well, and you got all our blessings here down in Miami.
I just want to appreciate all you're doing out there. We support you guys and what you're doing.
I just want to thank you guys for all that you do. Thanks.
Hey, this is Drew Brees, quarterback for the New Orleans Saints. Shout out to the troops here at home and abroad. I'm actually going to be on a USO trip later on this year, so look forward to seeing you all. Take care.
And we are back. If you just joined us, you're now tuned into Diaspora Central Spotlight. Of course, our guest is Darrick Brown, entrepreneur, artist. Yeah, transitioning from sports to art.
Mm-hmm.
There are some similarities.
Right.
Yeah. One of the things is, and now that you have told your story, a lot of us also can understand, because you are really a free bird.
Right.
Yeah. You love the freedom and the ability to create and to nurture.
Right.
Yeah. So when you decide to become an artist, did you go through a stage of anxiety at all, in which you're like, you know what, because every time before you do that first show or you expose that first piece to people, you don't even know what the response may be like. How was it for you? How was that transition? In other words, that's my question.
I would say I didn't feel like anxiety and like presenting the artwork or anything like that.
Yeah.
I would say, if anything, the art helped my anxiety. It helped my mental health.
Got you.
So it puts me in a space where it's like I feel free for the most part. So that's why I would say like me presenting my art and you know, saying that it's like a football game or something, or I feel like I got pressure. I never feel like it's never no pressure on that side. You know, like I'm just kind of creating what visions I have.
Got you.
And like I said, for the most part, that's when I'm free. Like I can go hours with painting and just free from my phone. All that stuff, anything that I had that was, you know, pressure on me is to lift it.
Yeah.
So that's the best thing about, you know, with doing art. Like, so I done did stuff like events at the Raiders last year. We painted shoes that I gave to the alumni from that example. They loved it.
Yeah.
They actually wanted it again this year, but we're not doing it this year. So I said next year I'll probably come up with a different twist and do some stuff. But yeah, man, that artwork, it really actually helps people. Yeah.
So definitely a creative. Yeah. It's like definitely a creative and a creative brain, because I think I don't remember who told me this, but someone told me once that the worst thing that can happen to a creative person is run into creative frustration. So into a space in which they can't create what they envision, then they become frustrated, and that sometimes just
that happens like that sometimes. And sometimes like I have art pieces to where I start and I had a vision of what I wanted to do, and then I set it down for like a month or 2 months. One piece I done set down for a year, and I done created another piece and within 24 hours. But the other piece is still sitting. So it's just like, I feel like with some artists, they feel like, man, it's kind of like having writer's block.
Got you.
Like it's the same thing of art.
And then one day something may just happen and you go back and you finish it just like that.
Like bam.
Wow.
But I would say don't overthink it.
Yeah.
You know? Just follow your heart, just follow what you feel, and just go with the flow.
Enjoy the process.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So
Yeah.
So even with that, like, you know, besides my art thing that I have, I also was creating a tequila brand as well.
Okay.
Marron 39.
Okay.
That branches off from my football number. I was number 39.
Yeah.
So that I was actually in Mexico a few years ago.
Yeah.
And doing some testing.
Got you.
Tasting and stuff like that. And tried it out, and that's where the idea came from.
Yeah. And you still got that brand, the tequila brand?
Yep.
Okay.
So, and I'm about to be launching it probably by the end of this year.
Got you. Yeah. So that unveils. So this is really like news here that you just gave us.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that.
There you go.
But yeah, it's gonna be nice.
Nice. Because that's one of the things that I think that and I think that it is very important, especially for the next generation, is for them to understand that sometimes talent just opens the door. After that door is open, you gotta be creative enough to put in place streams of income by being an entrepreneur and learning how to become one. Of course, in your case, you had a plain example right at home. Parents had a business also aside from their jobs, and you also helped out with that business. Today, do you have any children?
No kids.
No kids yet? No. Okay. So if you had to give advice to, of course, as a mentor, you help a lot of kids also. One of the advices that you give to them in regards to business, what is it?
First of all, try to figure out what they like in business or what makes them go. And as a high school kid, I would recommend them to, get with someone that you can shadow, see if you really like this. Is this the type of job that you can see yourself doing every day? If this career is something like you can build off of, and like just don't listen to somebody else's because they have that aspiration and maybe being a nurse or it's like the little classroom, right?
Right.
And everybody is like, oh, I want to be a doctor, and then you have 5 little kids raising their hands like, I want to be a doctor.
They want to be doctors. Yeah.
Nah, like you got to be able to think for yourself because everybody ain't gonna be doctors. That's
right.
Same way as sports. Everybody ain't gonna be a football player.
Yeah.
So you gotta understand what you want to do.
Indeed.
Like if you'd asked me, 30 years ago or whatever,
right,
would I be painting? I probably would have said no.
Right.
That wasn't what I
Something
thought I was gonna be doing. I
yeah.
was just drawing as a kid. So like the stuff that I did back then is happening now. Like, so as I rode bikes back then, like cycling, that's what I'm doing now.
Right.
So it's just paying it back forward.
Indeed.
But as the little kid aspect, I would definitely just make sure that they understand and do some interns. If money is the issue that you want to be able to gain, understand what that job pays.
Right.
Just do research.
And indeed.
Don't wait till your senior year in high school to do it.
Right.
Start that early.
Yeah, that's what you just said is something that I mention to kids a lot, and I tell them that normally by the time you're 13 years old, you kind of need to start narrowing down into what is it that you honestly think that it is you, so that you can start working on it once you start high school. Because, interesting enough that you mentioned that. I'm an IT professional, and believe it or not, I started programming in high school, and it was exactly one of those when they came out and they said, okay, some of you guys are gonna, so we got home tech, typing, and Votech or whatever, and plus whatever these other things, and then they said that the newest thing was programming. It was like everybody went to home tech, Votech, and all those other things, and 7 of us went to programming. Out of those 7, 5 of us actually finished. Yeah, we started in the 10th grade, and we finished in the 12th grade, right? 5 of us finished. 2 dropped out. They felt like they didn't have it. It was intense because it gets intense sometimes.
Right,
yeah. You're dealing with something new, but that's just to mention that you're right. That thing of just because somebody else raised their hand, you too raise your hand. Eventually, you find yourself in a space where it may not be you.
Right. Yeah. That's kind of how, like, even when I'm mentoring like my nephews and stuff like that. I brought him here.
Yeah.
You know, he wanted to do like chiropractic and stuff, so I took him to a place. You know,
there you go.
Exposure.
Him.
Yeah. So that way you can really see what it is hands-on, day-to-day basis, and you can get a chance to feel that because, like I have friends, you know, they're grown, right? And they decide to pivot and do another career.
Right.
And get in that career, and it's like, oh, I don't like this at all. Like, I thought I was going to like it, but now you just done wasted 2 years on going to a school to where you just like, you could have figured that out way earlier.
Right.
And for most of us, like, you know, everything is just not cut and dry.
Indeed.
So you still figuring out life. You know what I'm saying? Life is
it's a moving process.
It is.
It never stops. So ever changing. Right. Yeah. Ever changing.
So that's the thing. You know, like people say, life is lifing.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's like you're not gonna have it figured out. And it's not even about the money, because sometimes you can have the money and still don't have it figured out.
Indeed.
So you just got to trust the process and have like a game plan and just stick to what you're going to do, stick to the script.
Yeah.
So if you got this plan, stick to it. Just don't be jumping all over. And that's the thing with, like, I would say about most athletes and stuff too. Like if you're an athlete, I feel like once you can get it figured out, that's the best thing. But as an athlete, you know, you so used to doing multiple things or doing certain things great. When you get into the ballpark of, you know, oh, I think I want to do this job this day. I want to be a trainer this day. Or I want to, like, you just got to narrow it down and just focus on one. So don't go chasing 2 or 3 rabbits. Just focus on one. Focus on that one, and then it'll be good.
Yeah. You go chasing 3 men up or none, because you be somewhere in between the 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And you're never going to master anything. You're just going to be almost like a jack of trades.
There you go.
You're not going to be a professional at anything.
Right.
You just keep chasing.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, if we talked, we of course we mentioned you. You mentioned you having in your bucket list you're going to Africa, and not through Angola is the country that you need to visit. But in your opinion, what was the one African country that you have always felt like you probably needed to go visit?
I would say Nigeria.
Nigeria. Yeah.
So that was one of the ones.
Because
I had like friends that's from there, and then I always go back too. So I was like, okay, cool.
Gotcha.
And then I had some friends, they talk about, you know, where, no, back in 2008, one of my friends was just telling me about the, you know, the Bible story where it's like, and he was giving me his analogy of like how these different Bibles got created.
Gotcha.
You know, God told him, don't look back. He looked back. That person saw this angle. That person saw this angle. And that's kind of, I was like, man, that's kind of interesting take on like people's perspective on what happened. So I'm like, I like that, because it's just like, okay, if I'm over here, I only see this side. If I'm in front and I'm looking, I see that side. So that's kind of how I wrote the story.
Indeed.
So that's why you got all these different versions of the Bible sometimes too.
Indeed. Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, Nigeria, that's the most populous country in Africa. It's a lot. 300, I think it's got 300 and something million people.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of people. It's a lot of people. Just one country.
Is.
But and you're looking at Africa with I believe 50 or 52 states. I'm not even sure anymore, because I know Sudan now there are 2 Sudans. So but
we're the tallest people in the world, right?
East Africa. East Africa. East Africa and East and Central Africa. Central Africa also has a lot of tall guys out there. And Central Africa may impact a little bit of the Congo. For instance, like the Kembe Mutombo's region, and those guys, they pretty in that area also, they pretty tall. As a matter of fact, the Mutombo brothers, all of them are pretty tall.
Right.
They're all very tall. It's like so it's a up and coming continent, very young continent with a lot of opportunity. Right. If there is one thing that I would definitely say would be, do not miss an opportunity to go visit, even if it is just to see and say that, you know what, I got to see it, because what you hear and what you're going to see, chances are that they're not the same thing. no picture, no camera, nothing can give you the reality of what Africa is until you actually go there.
Right.
Yeah. J. Lou, the guy who introduced us, right? J. Lou, for instance, he went to Angola.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah. J. Lou went to Angola, and I mean, he swears that was one of the greatest experiences of his life.
Yeah, because it'd be like the energy. Like when you get like certain places, man,
Right.
it's just all about the energy, and you feel the energy, and it's
Indeed.
just like, man, this is it's different, fresh, fresh air.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing. So
Yeah,
that's why I
definitely.
like going to like different countries and
There you go.
experimenting, and just checking out new stuff.
It's always worth it. It's always worth it. Yeah. So now for people that want to be part of your initiative, your mentorship initiative, how can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, you can follow me on DMC Sports. That's my IG.
Okay.
DMC Sports Youth Inch. You can follow me there. If not, you can hit me up at dbrown at dmc.com.
Gotcha.
Also, my art page is Darrick. That's DARRICK.
Yeah.
ART _
Yeah.
So you can follow me on that. And then if you want some tips for, like I said, I got everything. You want some tips for like fitness?
Yeah.
D6 _ sports.
Okay. So you got 3 handles that they can definitely follow. Is there a website or a place that they can also go to?
Yeah, and I put it so where you can link it in the bio or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. Because if you send it to us, we can also have that right down on the ticker to go through. Anything that you think that I should have touched on and I may have not?
Yeah, I think everything is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like I said, for the most part, you might have to redo it again.
Yeah.
Hopefully sooner or later I have some more artwork coming up.
Definitely. No, man, we would listen. This is home for you. You can anytime you feel that you have anything that you want to share with the world, you want to come in and just you got the number. Just give me a holler and we definitely make it happen. Gotcha. We even have the ability also of coming out and doing it on location if necessary be. Okay. So it doesn't necessarily we love the environment because it's controlled, but if necessary be also we can do it on location. So it's definitely, man, it's this is home for you. Feel at home, definitely. Yeah, we appreciate you coming in and sharing this story of resilience and devotion. For those of you that taking time out of your busy schedules to join us, if there's one consistent thing throughout the conversation that you heard today, is that you got to be devoted to the cause of winning, the cause of wanting, the cause of becoming. You really got to want it. You got to want it. You got to feel it. It's not just about talking about it. It's about doing it, right? And remember that the more you focus on what you want, the closer you get to getting it. So until next time, peace.